Namaste. Okay. I am expecting a lot of interruptions, but I have to do what I have to do. So. Yoga Sutra before Sutra 2. Here you go. Namaste. Tatra Kayanandriyana Mania Jati Yaparinotanam Jati Pa Kayanandriyana Mania Jatiya Jati Pari Kayanandriyana Mania Jati Kayanandriyana Mania Jati Parinotanam. One more. Tatra Kayanandriyana Mania Kayanandriyana Mania Jati Tatra Kayanandriyana Mania Jati Parinotanam Jati Anantara Parinomaha Prakritya Purat Pulpa Parinoma Uttara Parina Mopajana Satesha Mapulpa Payapanu Parabeshad Pavati Pulpa Parina Mapaya Uttara Parina Mopajana Satesha Mapulpa Payapanu Parabeshad Pavati. Almost. Uttara Parina Mopajana Uttara Parina Mopajana Satesha Mapulpa Payapanu Parabeshad Pavati. Kayanandriya Parakurat. I want to say that one more time. Uttara Parina Mopajana Satesha Mapulpa Payapanu Parabeshad Pavati. Kayanandriya Parakurat. Kayanandriya Prakritashyam Dayashajam Kayanandriya Prakritayashajam Sivam Pikaramanu Guruhu Nanandya Purana. I want to say that. Kayanandriya Prakritayashajam. Actually, I'm going to switch music, not driving. Kayanandriya Prakritayashajam Sivam Pikaramanu Guruhu Nanandya Purana Taima Dinimitama Pekushamana Taima Dinimitama Pekushabana Taima Dinimitama Pekushamana Iti. Namaste. As to these, with regard to those bodies and organs which enter into the mutation of another birth, the mutation into another birth is the result of the filling in of the evolving cause. When the previous mutation has passed away, the rise of the subsequent mutation follows, since these interpenetrate the new thing of parts. And the evolving causes of the body and organs give aid to their own peculiar evolved effects by filling in dependence upon such instrumental causes as merit. Okay. I'm gonna take a shot of alcohol. So the landlord wants to kick me out, so he's doing everything in his evil power he has. Okay, next up is Veda. I believe it's hymn 11, yeah. I took a half a shot of alcohol, and that's enough for me, for now. Here you go. Namaste. Janasya Kopang Ajandishutta Jagara Viraganiha Jagara Viraganiha Sudakushaha Subitanya Navyasa Krata Prati Ko Purohatang Divisa Puroshang Diumadavi Pati Paratepyaha Shuchiha Yajinyasya Kyatum Pratamam Purohitamaganim Narasatri Shatasate Sami Tire Inendrana Devaiha Saratam Sa Pahishui Si Danani Utang Yajataya Sukratuha Asama Murashatua Jayase Maturoha Suchilmanandraha Kabiru Datishutua Kabiru Datishutua Bivasabataha Kurutana Subha Vaitayanan Nagana Ahutan Tu Masate Getura Pavadu Divi Getura Pavadu Divi Shiritaha Aganilno Yajanyamupan Betu Satuyaganim Naro Bi Paranante Guruhe Aganildu To Apavadu Tari Apavadu Taria Aganildu To Apavadu Taria Apavadu Tabiam Aganildu To Apavadu Tabia Bahanoganim Apavadu Tabia Bahanoganim Purunote Kavikratum Tupiedamagone Matumatatamam Pachasatupyam Manishwa Yamasatu Shampurudam Devan Giraha Sinentumiban Banil Mahi Sinentumiban Banil Mahi Ram Purunanti Shabasan Partayananti Jam Devan Magane Angangiraso Guhan Hitamanam Babinandan Bindanchi Shriyanam Devan Magane Angangiraso Guhan Hitamanam Babinandan Chi Hitamanam Babinandan Chi Shriyanam Bane San Jayase Matya Manaha Saho Mahatitva Mafuha Sa Sasaputra Mangangiraha Sa Sasaputra Mangangiraha. The watchful guardian of the people hath been born Agni, the very strong for fresh prosperity. With oil upon his face, with high heaven-touching flame, he shineth splendidly pure for the Paratas. Ensign of sacrifice, the earliest household priest, the men have kindled Agni in his threefold seat, with Inindra and the gods together on the grass. Let the wise priest sit to complete the sacrifice. Pure unadorned from thy two mothers art thou born. Thou camest from Vivasavan as a charming sage. With oil they strengthened thee, O Agni, worship God. Thy banner was the smoke that mounted to the sky. May Agni graciously come to our sacrifice. The men bear Agni here and there in every house. He hath become an envoy, bearer of our gifts. Electing Agni, men choose one exceeding wise. For thee, O Agni, is this sweetest prayer of mine. Dear to thy spirit, be this product of my thought. As great streams fill the river, so our songs of praise fill thee, and make thee yet more mighty in thy strength. O Agni, the Angirasis, discover thee what time thou layest hidden, fleeing back from wood to wood. Thou by attrition art produced as conquering might, and men, O Angiras, call thee the son of strength. Upanishad next. I'm gonna take one more, another half a shot, and that's it. Half a shot of alcohol. Set myself up first. So now the second. There we go. So I'm gonna take a sip of alcohol. I hope it's not that long. It's probably long. Okay. 20 long shlokas. So let me take a shot and relax. I hate it when they. Okay, barely fits. Hope I don't mess. Okay, double check. Alright, here we go. Namaste. Atha Tvitiyothyayaha Atha Prathamam Brahmanam Tiruputta Kilhanu Jano Gaigya Asa Sa Upacha Jata Shatrum Kashyam Brahmate Prabhanuiti Sa Upacha Jata Shatruh Sasrametasyam Pachi Tadumo Janako Janaka Iti Vai Jana Tavananti Iti Sa Upacha Gagyo Ya Eva Sava Ditya Purusha Etamevaham Brahmopasa Iti Sa Upacha Jata Chaturumai Maitasmina Sambi Samba Maitasmina Samba Dishutva Akdeshutva Saiveshwam Putanam Multa Rajati Ba Ahametamupasa Iti Sa Ya Etameva Mupasate Sa Ya Etameva Mupasate Dishutva Saiveshwam Putanam Multa Raja Pavati Sa Upancham Gagyo Ya Eva Sao Janandre Purusha Etamevaham Brahmopasa Iti Sa Upancha Jata Chaturumai Maitasminan Savam Maitasminan Sambati Shutva Puruhana Anandarabha Saha Somo Rajati Pai ahametamupasa iti yang etamevamupasate harahaiha sutaha prasuto bhavati nasyananam kushuyatem San Upancha Kangyo Yang Evasau Vidyuti Purusho Etamevaham Brahmopasa Iti San Upancha Jata Shaturuma Maitasaminan Samba Maitasaminan Sambadishutva Satyajam Sabiti Maitasaminan Sambadishutva Satyaja Sabiti Maitasaminan Sambadishutva Satyaja Sabiti ahametamupasa iti yang etamevamupasate tejasvi ha bhavati tejasvini ha siya prajaya bhavati san hovacham kagyo yang evayama kashe purusho etamevaham brahmopasa iti san hovacham jata shaturumaya Maitasaminan Sambadishutva Purnama Prabhalti iti ahametamupasa iti San yang etamevamupasate puriyate prajaya Pashupilna siya samara lokat prajode vaitatem Pashupilna siya samara lokat prajode vaitatem Pashupilna siya samara lokat prajode vaitatem San Uvacham Kagyo yang evayam vayam purusha etamevaham brahmopasa iti San Uvacham jata shaturumaya maitasaminan sambadishutva 예는 들어 바이코는 토파라지당 세네티 바 아하메타무파사 이티 사양 에타메바무파스템 지슈누하 바라 지슈누 파바티아니압 다스티아 자이 지슈누하 바라 지슈누하 바라 지슈누 파바티아니아 다스티아 자이 산 후반점 가기요 양 에바야마그노 purusa etamevaham brahmopasa iti 산 후반점 자타 샤투르마 마이타스미는 삼바디슈투에 비셔 사히리티 바 아하메타무파사 이티 양 에타메바무파스테 비셔 사히하 바바티 비셔 사히하 시양 프라장 바바티 산 후반점 가기요 양 에바야마푸수 purusa etamevaham brahmopasa iti 산 후반점 자타 샤투르마 마이타스미는 삼바디슈투에 프라티루파 이티 바 아하메타무파사 이티 양 에타메바무파스테 프라티루팜 아이바이나무파가츠 차티 나 프라티루파마토 프라티루포스만자 프라티루포스마주자야템 산 문서일까? 오케이. 산 후반점 가기요 양 에바야마 다이셰 purusa etamevaham brahmopasa iti 산 후반점 자타 샤투르마 마이타스미는 삼바디슈투에 로치시누리팀 반 아하메타무파사 이티 양 에타메바무파스테 로치슈누르하 Pavati Rochishunulha Siam Prajan Pavatiato Yaiha Sanani Gachati Saivam Siddhana Tiro Jate Saivam Siddhana Tiro Jate Sa Hubanjam Gaigyo Ya Evayam Yanantam Pashacha Chabudo Nu Detieta Mebaham Pashacha Chabudo Nu Pashacha Chabudo Nu Detieta Mebaham Prahumopa Sa Iti Sa Hubanjam Jata Shaturma Maita Seminan Sambadi Shutwe Asuriti Ba Ahametamupa Sa Iti Sa Yang Etamepamupa Sete Saivam Haivam Semin Saivam Haivam Semiru Lokam Haivam Semiru Lokam Ayureti Nainam Purane Kala Te Purano Jahati Sang Uvancham Gaigyo Yang Evayam Tikushu Purusha Etamevaham Brahumopa Sa Iti Sang Uvancham Jata Shaturima Maita Seminan Sambadi Shutwe Deviti Yonapaga Iti Ba Ahametamupa Sa Iti Sang Yang Etamepamupa Sete Deviti Yabananha Pavati Nasamad Kanata Chidiatem Sang Uvancham Gaigyo Yang Evayam Chaya Mayaha Purusha Etamevaham Prahumopa Sa Iti Sang Uvancham Jata Shaturima Maita Seminan Sambati Shutwe Urati Yuriti Pa Ahametamupa Sa Iti Sa Yang Etamepamupa Sete Saivam Haivam Semiru Lokam Haivam Semiru Lokam Haivam Semiru Lok Haivam Semiru Lokam 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 Ayureti Nainam Purane Kalana Murti Raga Chati Sang Uvancham Gaigyo Yang Evayamatmani Purusha Etamevaham Brahumopa Sa Iti Sang Uvancham Jata Shaturima Maita Seminan Sambadi Shutwe Atmanam Viti Ba Ahametamupa Sam Iti Sa Yang Etamepamupa Seta Atmanam Vi Pavatiyatmanam Vidi Pavatiyatmanam Vini Asya Praja Pavati Sa Ha Tu Shunui Ma Sa Gaigyaha Sa Uvancha Jata Shaturudata Vananu 3 Sa Uvancha Jata Shaturudata Ratan Sa Uvancha Jata Shaturudata Vananu. It's not it's number 3 I think. Yeah, okay. Ityata vadati iti naita vata piditam pavati iti Sa Uvancha Gaigya Upatava Yaniti Sa Uvancha Jata Shaturuha Pratilomam Chaitadya Brahma Bhumanoha Chaitadya Brahu Chaitadya Brahmanoha. I want to be there again. Sa Uvancha Jata Shaturuha Pratilomam Chaitadya Brahmanoha Kushatriya Mupayad Brahma Me Bakushvati Ti Bia ban te van Chinya pa yishuya miti Tam pa nu ba da yota tasa tau Tam pa nu ba da yota tasa tau Tau ha purusham Subutama jagamatu sutasa tame Tailnama pira manantara yam chakra Subutama jagamatu sutame tailnama pira manantara yam chakra Purohanam panandara pasahu Soma rajananiti Sam notutasa tau Tam panuina pesham Potayam chakara Sa notutasa tau Sa oba jata shaturudiyantaraishu Sa oba jata shaturudiyantaraishu Shaturudiyam Sa oba jata shaturudiyantaraishu One more Oba jata shaturudiyam Sa oba jata shaturudiyantaraishu Etat suputo pud Ya eshu Vijiñana mayaha Purushaha Gavaisha Tata Put Vijiñana mayaha Sorry, Purushaha Gavaisha Tata Put Gutta etada gaditi Tatu ha na mene galgiyaha Sa oba jata shaturi Sa oba jata shaturudiyataraishu Sa oba jata shaturudiyataraishu Etat subuddho pud ya eshu Vijiñana namayahu Purushasatadeshu Prano nam Vijiñanena Vijiñanamadaya ya Eshonantai Hurudayam Akashasatasminchate Tani Yatane Guruhunoti Atha Haitata Purushoha Sivapiti Nama Tada Guruhita Eva Prano Pavati Guruhita Bhaga Guruhitam Chakushu Guruhitam Shrotram Guruhitam Manaha Sa Yatrai Tata Sivapunyanya. How long is this? Oh, cool. Okay, just 3 long shlokas. Sa Yatrai Tatu Sivapunyaya Charati te Asya Toka Satatu Deva Maharajo Bhavati Uteva Mahabrahmano Utepochaja Vacham Nigachachati Sa Yatrai Maharajo Janapadana Guruhitavayam Sube Janapada Yatha Kamam Paribaltatai Vamet Vaishu Paribaltatai Vamet Vaishu Etatu Prana Guruhitavaya Sube Sharire Yatha Kamam Paribaltatem Guruhitavaya Sube Sharire Yatha Kamam Paribaltatem Atha Yadae Sushuputo Pavati Yadae Na Kasyachana Veda Hitae Nama Na Duyo Tuva Sapatatiha Sahasranui Hurudayat Puri Tata Ma Pi Prati Shutsanante Hurudayat Puri Tata Ma Pi Hurudayat Puri Tata Ma Pi Prati Shutsanante Ta Piha Pratyavasarapiyam Pratyavasarapiyam Puri Tati Shatam Sa Yatha Kumaro Pai Maharajo Pai Mahabrahmano Patikni Mananandasyam Katavan Shayitaiva Mevaisha Etachatem Sa Yatolna Pitsitanan Tunocha Jared Sa Yatolna Pitsitanan Tunocha Jared Yataguneha Gushudran Bishop Pulling and Guy Beauty Jalanan Dieva Meva Sama Dat Manaha Saibe Prana Saibe Loka Saibe Deva Saibanui Putani Beauty Jalananti Saibe Beauty Jalananti Dasio Upanishad Siam Satyasya Dasio Upanishad Satyasya Satyamiti Prana Pai Satyam Desha Mesha Satyama Samasutta Iti Pratamam Brahmanama. The second Adhyaya. Triputapalaki was a learned Galya. He said to Ajatashatru, him of Benares, I will tell you about Brahma. Ajatashatru said, we will give 1,000 for such a speech. Early people will run hither, crying, O Janaka, O Janaka. Galya said, the person who is yonder in the sun, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. I worship him as the preeminent, the head and king of all beings. He who worships him as such becomes preeminent, the head and king of all beings. Galya said, the person who is yonder in the moon, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. I worship him as the great white-robed King Soma. He who worships him as such, for him Soma is pressed down and continually pressed out day by day. His food does not fail. Galya said, the person who is yonder enlightening, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. I worship him verily as the brilliant. He who worships him as such becomes brilliant indeed. His offspring becomes brilliant. Galya said, the person who is here in space, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. I worship him verily as the full, the non-active. He who worships him as such is filled with offspring and cattle. His offspring goes not forth from this earth. Galya said, the person who is here in wind, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. Verily I worship him as Inindra, the terrible and the unconquered army. He who worships him as such becomes indeed triumphant, unconquerable, and a conqueror of adversaries. Galya said, the person who is here in fire, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. I worship him verily as the vanquisher. He who worships him as such becomes a vanquisher indeed. His offspring becomes vanquishers. Galya said, the person who is here in water, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. I worship him verily as the counterpart. His counterpart comes to him, not that which is not his counterpart. His counterpart is born from him. Galya said, the person who is here in a mirror, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. I worship him verily as the shining one. He who worships him as such becomes shining indeed. If his offspring shine, he outshines all those with whom he goes. Galya said, the sound here which follows after one as he goes, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. I worship him verily as life. To him who worships him as such there comes a full length of life in this world. Breath leaves him not before the time. Galya said, the person who is here in the quarters of heaven, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. I worship him verily as the inseparable companion. He who worships him as such as a companion, his company is not separated from him. Galgya said, the person here who consists of shadow, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. I worship him verily as death. To him who worships him as such there comes a full length of life in this world. Death does not come to him before the time. Galgya said, the person here who is in the body, him indeed I worship as Brahma. Ajatashatru said, talk not to me about him. I worship him verily as the embodied one. He who worships him as such becomes embodied indeed. His offspring becomes embodied. Galgya became silent. Ajatashatru said, is that all? Galgya said, that is all. Ajatashatru said, with that much it is not known. Galgya said, let me come to you as a pupil. Ajatashatru said, verily it is contrary to the course of things that a Brahman should come to a Kshatriya, thinking, he will tell me Brahma. However, I shall cause you to know him clearly. He took him by the hand and rose. The two went up to Āmēn, who was asleep. They addressed him with these words, thou great white-robed King Soma. He did not rise. He woke him by rubbing him with his hand. That one arose. Ajatashatru said, when this man fell asleep thus, where then was the person who consists of intelligence? Whence did he thus come back? And this also Galgya did not know. Ajatashatru said, when this man has fallen asleep thus, then the person who consists of intelligence, having by his intelligence taken to himself the intelligence of these senses, rests in that place which is the space within the heart. When that person restrains the senses, that person is said to be asleep. Then the breath is restrained, the voice is restrained, the eye is restrained, the ear is restrained, the mind is restrained. When he goes to sleep, these worlds are his. Then he becomes a great king, as it were. Then he becomes a great Brahman, as it were. He enters the high and the low, as it were. As a great king, taking with him his people, moves around in his own country as he pleases, even so here this one, taking with him his senses, moves around in his own body as he pleases. Now when one falls sound asleep, when one knows nothing whatsoever, having crept down through the 72,000 veins, called Hidaya, which lead from the heart to the pericardium, one rests in the pericardium. Verily, as a youth or a great king or a great Brahman might rest when he has reached the summit of bliss, so this one now rests. As a spider might come out with his thread, as small sparks come forth from the fire, even so from this soul come forth all vital energies, all worlds, all gods, all beings. The mystic meaning thereof is the real of the real. Breathing creatures verily are the real. He's their real. Okay. Oh, I forgot to change. Sorry. So that was book 2, chapter 1, Kalanda 1. Okay. Next and last is Ramayana. I'll just fix that now. I'm gonna take a little break. Okay, 62. I'm gonna take another half a shot of alcohol. Hmm, 62. 10. Oh, really? Okay. 20 shlokas. Namaste. Tavishashatvitamah Saigaha Shunaha Shapam Narashirashutva Guruhi Devane Tu Mahayashaha Pyasharamat Pushakare Rajan Matyahane Rakunanandana Tasya Pisharamama Nasya Shunaha Shapo Mahayashaha Pushikaram Jeshatama Gamya Pishivam Mitram Dadaishaha Tapyanantamuru Shuipiha Sailtam Matulam Paramaturaha Vishanana Badano Di Nasatushana Yang Jam Shiramena Jam Papadangankem Pun Papadangankem Mune Rama Pakiam Jetamuba Jam Na Mesati Matan Na Pitan Jinyatayo Banantava Kutaha Tura Tu Mahasi Mam Saumya Taimena Munipumgava Tura Tan Devam Hi Narashirashutva Saiveshwam Devam Hi Pavanaha Ranjan Jakaratakaryaha Siadaham Vilka Yurabhyayaha Savaiga Lokamupasha Savaiga Lokamupashaniyam Tapasata Putuvane Yanutatamama Samenato Yanatasya Pavyena Jatasaya Pitava Puturam Taimatamasaturam Taimatamamsaturam Turmahasi Giribishwat Tasya Tadu Pachanam Shurutavan Vishivam Mituro Mahatapah Sanantava Yetuvan Bahuvitam Putra Nidamuban Jamha Yatakarata Pitaraha Putran Janayananti Shupaltinaha Paralokahita Taya Tasya Kaloyama Gataha Ayam Munisutom Palo Matataha Sharanamichati Asya Jivitama Terena Puriyam Kuruta Putrakaha Salve Sukurata Kaimanoha Salve Thamaparayanah Vashuputan Narenandrasyam Tirupati Maganeha Prayachachatam Yatha Nathabam Shijam Shunaha Shapo Yajanya Shijam Bhikkhunato Yajanya Shijam Bhikkhunato Pavat Devata Siddharpita Shecha Silmama Jang Pikuratam Pachaha Munasatadu Pachanam Shurutava Matuch Chananda Dayaha Sutaha Sa Pimanam Narashira Shutva Salil Lamidama Puruvana Gatama Tumasutan Hitavan Durayasenya Sutam Pipo Akaryamiban Pashyamaha Shivamam Samiban Pujanim Teshwam Tad Bachanam Shurutvan Puturanam Munipum Gavaha Grotha Samrakata Nayanum Yang Haitu Mupajakramem Lihosa Tva Samidam Prokotam Taima Dapi Bilgahitam Atikramya Tu Madhubagyam Tarunam Roma Harshanam Shivamam Saipojinaha Homjinaha Shivamam Sapojinaha Saive some misprint Ba Sishutva Ivan Jatishu Purnam Pashasasanam Tu Urativyam Manubhaktasyatan Karatavan Shapasama Yukatan Putrana Muni Barasatadan Shunaha Shapamuva Jaltam Karatavan Lakashwam Niramayana. This Prince. And I'm gonna Shunaha Shapamuva Jaltam Karatavan Lakashwam Niramayana. Just covering myself. I think the first was correct. Pavitra Pashaira Badato Rakatama Lia Nuro Nule Rakatama Lia Nule Panaha Vaishnabam Yupama Sadhya Vagapiragani Mudahara Ime Cha Gate Diva Divya Gayata Muniputrakam Amambari Shasya Yajinya Semim Siddhataha Siddhati Pasyasi Shunaha Shapong Guruhi Devan Deve Gate Susama Hitaha Devarayan Rajasimham Damamambari Shamuban Janham Rajasimha Mahabudute Shikram Gajacha Bahe Bayama Nivata Yasava Rajanandra Di Kusham Ja Samudahara Tadu Bhakya Murushui Putra Siyan Shurutvan Aisha Samanam Bitahu Jagama Nurupatihu Shikram Yajinya Bhata Matanandritahu Yajinya Bhata Matanandritahu Sadasya Numatim Rajan Pavitrakut Sadasya Numate Rajan Pavitrakut Talakushanama Pasham Rakutam Baram Kurutavan Yupetam Samabanantayat Samaduto Maga Piraguriam Pirapitushutava Samaduto Maga Piraguriam Pirapitushutava Pai Suram Inindra Nujam Jaiva Yatha Banamuni Putrakaha Tataha Puritaha Sahasra Kusho Rahasya Sututito Shuitaha Rahasya Sututito Shuitaha Lilkama Dilkama Yusutadane, Brada Chuna Hershop Shapaya, Brada Chuna Hershapaya, Basabahu. Chan Ran Narashira Shupta Yajinyasya Jan Sama Putavana Palam Bahugunam Rama Sasara Krisha Parasata Jama Pishiva Mitiropi Taimatama Pu Yasatepa Mahatapa Pushikareshu Narashira Shupta Tasha Baisha Shatani Jam Namaste. Etiyan Shwe Shri Madhurama Etiyan Shwe Shri Madhurama Yanue Parami Kiye Adika Bien Balaganandue Debishashu Duimahu Saigahu. Canto 62. Taking Shunahashapa, Ujul among men, the highly illustrious king for his part rested at Bushikara at noon, O scion of Rakhu, making his way to the elder Bushikara. While the latter was taking rest, the highly renowned Shunahashapa, so the tradition goes, saw his maternal uncle Vishvamitra practicing austerities with the sages. Nay, pulling a long face and looking miserable from thirst and fatigue, the boy, who was sore afflicted, sang into the sage's lap, O Rama, and spoke as follows, so it is said. There is no mother nor father to me. How could there be kinsmen or relations? Be pleased to deliver me, O Janosvar, in the name of piety, O jewel among sages, for you are the Redeemer of all as well as their benefactor. So arrange that the king may realize his object, while I may be safe from death, and attaining a long life and practicing austerities, ascend to the celestial plane, the highest of all. With a cheerful mind indeed be you, celebrated as you are, a protector to me, a forlorn child. You ought to protect me, O pious soul, against adversity born of sin, as a father protects his son. Hearing the aforesaid prayer of Shunahashapa and consoling him in many ways, the great ascetic Vishvamitra spoke to his sons as follows, so it is said. The time has just come for ensuring our good in the other world, for which fathers desirous of blessings beget sons. The son of a hermit, who is a child, seeks deliverance through me. Do him a good turn, my dear sons, by merely parting with your own life. You are all engaged in virtuous acts, and are all devoted to duty, taking the place of a victim at the sacrificial performance of the king, afford satisfaction to the god of fire. Not only will Shunahashapa find the protector, but the sacrifice will also be completed without hindrance. Nay, the gods will have been propitiated and my pledge redeemed. Hearing the aforesaid exhortation of Vishvamitra, or jewel among men, his sons, of whom Atuja Chandai was the eldest, proudly and lightly replied as follows. How is it that you, save another son, parting with your own sons, almighty sage? We reckon this to be almost sacrilegious, as including the flesh of a dog in one's dish. Hearing the aforesaid comment of the above-named sons, Vishvamitra proceeded to curse them, his eyes bloodshot through anger. This reply given by you, disregarding my exhortation, is intrepid, divorced from piety, sharp and shocking too. Like the sons of Vasishutra, therefore, you shall be born on earth among the low-born classes, and living on the flesh of dogs, drag your existence for full 1,000 years. Having subjected his sons to a curse, Vishvamitra then spoke to the wretched Shunahashapa, ensuring protection free from disease to him. Scrambling to the sacrificial post sacred to Lord Vishnu, when you have been bound with cords of daipa grass, and adorned with a wreath of crimson flowers, and bedaubed with rat sandal paste, glorify Inindra and Lord Vishnu by means of praises. And you would do well to chant the two excellent psalms, which I am presently going to teach you, O dear son of sage Vrichika. Thereby you will attain your object at the projected sacrificial performance of King Ambarishwar. Learning the aforementioned couple of psalms with a fully concentrated mind, Shunahashapa hastily spoke to the said King Ambarishwar, a lion among kings, as follows. O highly intelligent monarch, O lion among kings, let us both quickly proceed. Go through consecration, O King of kings, and conclude the sacrifice. Filled with joy to hear the aforesaid request of the sage's son, the king quickly reached the sacrificial enclosure, shaking off all lethargy. Having bound Shunahashapa with a cord of daipa grass, and providing him with the distinctive mark of a victim, and dressing him in a red attire, the king, who acted upon the advice of the superintending priest, promptly tied him to the sacrificial post. While remaining bound, the young hermit boy duly glorified indeed the two divinities, Inindra and his younger brother, by means of excellent hymns. Propitiated through the mystic psalms and filled with delight, Inindra, the thousand-eyed divinity, thereupon granted a long life to Shunahashapa that moment. Nay, the said king, too, O jewel among men, duly attained Dharma, the manifold fruit of the sacrifice, yielded by the grace of Inindra. The great ascetic Vishvamitra, too, who is piety incarnate, began his austerities anew in the vicinity of the three lakes, going by the name of Bushikara for another 1,000 years, O jewel among men. Thus ends Canto 62 in the Balakananda of the glorious Ramayana of Varamiki, the work of a Rishari and the oldest epic. Okay, I'm done. Thank you. 2:30. Wait. 2:0. I need to change this. Okay. I might do ASMR with the new mantra. If I'm gonna do it, pretty soon. Thank you. Have a good night. Shalom. Namaste. The ASMR next. Probably within the next half an hour.